PlayStation 5 versus Xbox 2. The battle for next-gen supremacy begins in 2020. Every single day we get a whole bunch of different leaks. Which system's more powerful, Anaconda or the PlayStation 5? What is going to be the price point of the PlayStation 5 versus the next-gen Xbox? What are the launch titles? Who has the better exclusives, the better games? But this video isn't really about that. It's a simple one. It's a prediction video where I'm going to say right now that PlayStation 5 will easily, and I repeat, easily outsell the next-gen Xbox. What's going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. Now, I know this video might upset some of my regular subscribers and listeners, but you know what? If you've been paying attention, if you've been watching my content for a long time, if you listen to the Xbox 2 podcast with myself and Jess Corden, I have been saying this for years. Yes, I love Xbox. It's my primary platform. I also really enjoy the PlayStation, the exclusives that Sony gives us every single year. I'm looking forward to playing Days Gone on Friday. Can't wait. Looking forward for The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding. And at the same time, I'm really excited about Ori 2 and Gears 5 and Halo Infinite and all the studios that Microsoft acquired to make better content. But I know, I'm not a blind fanboy. I know that Microsoft is basically fighting an uphill battle here. PlayStation is a global gaming brand. They've sold 100 million PlayStation 4s already, while Xbox is somewhere between 40 to 45 million. A far cry from the 86 million that the 360 sold. Yes, people are switching from Xbox to PlayStation. It's no surprise. It's happened the entire generation. Whether you want to accredit that to the higher price point at launch, or the muddled messaging with the DRM, or a whole bunch of other different reasons. People left Xbox to join PlayStation. It's a fact. And more people seem to be leaving every single day because they can't just wait on good faith for Microsoft to actually start putting out quality exclusives. And yeah, I've been saying the last 2 years that Microsoft's first-party software output has been pretty bad, in my opinion, of course, for me. Now, there might be people out there that love Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2 and Crackdown 3 that say, you know what, Rand, you're wrong, I love those games. You know what, more power to you. But of course, this is from my perspective. The last 2 years on Xbox have been really dry. Microsoft needed to buy those studios to go into the future with the promise of better content, to compete with Sony, to compete in the cloud streaming arena with Google and everybody else that is going to do battle there. But we're talking about next-gen consoles, the PlayStation 5 versus the Xbox 2, and I don't think Microsoft stands a chance. And that's okay, PlayStation's a global brand. It sells literally everywhere, where the Xbox 2 primarily sells mostly in English-speaking countries. The battle between PlayStation and Xbox is kind of tight in North America, but elsewhere, it's a joke. Nobody really buys Xboxes or wants it in Europe, and especially in the Asian countries. And I think that will continue next generation, despite potentially an Xbox Lockhart SKU, which will undercut the PlayStation 5. Microsoft needs to be more powerful, and they need to be cheaper at the same time to even stand a chance to going toe-to-toe against PlayStation. But even then, it's not going to work. You have the PlayStation 4, the most powerful system, or at least the most popular system right now. 100 million users, PlayStation 5 coming in, backwards compatibility. They're going to just transfer all of their users from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 with that promise. And nobody's even going to look at Xbox. Because to most people, power really doesn't matter. The games do, at least to the super hardcore community. And the super hardcore community aren't going to give up all their purchases on the PlayStation 4. They are excitedly looking forward to all the PlayStation exclusives that are still yet to come and, will be on the PlayStation 5 in the future, and they don't see that Xbox has any ones that interest them. Plus, if you want to play an Xbox game, you can also buy a PC. So there is that little part too, that you don't necessarily need to buy an Xbox even. You can just play everything on PC, which will of course impact some of those sales. Now I'm just being a realist here. PlayStation is just more popular. And you know what? That's okay. Because in this business, video game industry, there's more than enough money for everybody. You don't necessarily need to be number one. You should strive to be number one and do the best that you can to actually want to be number one because, well, that's where all the money is. But number two can make a lot of money. Number three can make a lot of money too, right? Does Pepsi just give up because they can't beat Coke? No, there's more than enough money in pop and soda where everybody can have a thriving business. Just look at this past year. Sony made $14.2 billion in revenue, in gaming revenue for 2018. And Microsoft made $9.8 billion. Sony was up 41% year over year, and Microsoft was up 32% year over year. There's more than enough money for both platforms to have a viable business model. You know, I know a lot of people like to say, well, if you're not number one, you're last, but that's just dumb fanboy talk. So, in my opinion, no matter what Microsoft really does, whether they're more powerful, which they will be, and it matters to them because they need to be more powerful, and also have the cheaper option, they're still going to lose to the PlayStation 5, and I use lose in quotes because this only really matters to fanboys. Microsoft is going to put out a great product. They're going to put out some amazing games. They're going to compete on the console front, on the PC, and in the cloud streaming space, and they're going to grow. They're going to make tons of money, which is exactly what, as business, you should want. But they're not going to be able to outsell the console sales of the PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 will easily, let me repeat that phrase, easily beat the Xbox. No doubt in my mind. But that doesn't really change anything. Doesn't really make me want to switch to PlayStation or whatever. I'm going to get a PlayStation 5 to play the great exclusives that eventually will come. God of War 2, Spider-Man 2, whatever Naughty Dog is working on, that secret new IP, maybe a sci-fi game. Of course, I need to play those games. I will get the system. It will sit there right underneath my LG OLED B8. But I'm also going to get an Xbox Anaconda day one, so I can play all the third-party games and all the Xbox first-party titles because I love the Xbox controller. That's where all my friends are. I prefer achievements over trophies. And also, well, I own 1,600 games on Xbox, and I want those purchases to move forward to next generation. So of course, it's a clear choice to me what my primary gaming platform is. But you don't really see me praising Xbox and shitting on PlayStation in the next breath, or praising PlayStation and then shitting on Xbox in the next breath. Other people may do that, but I don't. I think there's value in both consoles, in both ecosystems. They're both doing pretty great things, which is why I want both consoles. But I know PlayStation is going to sell more. And it doesn't really matter to me, as it really shouldn't matter to anybody for the most part. As long as you're enjoying what you have, that's all that really matters. But take this prediction to the bank, PlayStation 5 will easily outsell the next-gen Xbox. Easily. And it won't even really be a contest. The only way I could see the Xbox 2 outselling the PlayStation 5 is two scenarios. One, streaming takes off in a way that nobody really could predict, and people actually choose Xbox because they can stream to mobile devices, which I don't really think can happen. And the other scenario is that people really choose Xbox Lockhart over the PlayStation 5. But that would only really kind of work here in North America. I don't think it would matter elsewhere. So I really don't think Xbox stands a chance console selling wise against the PlayStation. But it doesn't matter, because both systems and both companies are great and they'll have their reasons to own both. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit the notification bell, you know how it all goes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later guys.